Hey guys, it's Kellen from Wizard Tricks. Today we're going to talk about something that's probably a little controversial. Actually, you know what? It's pretty controversial, and it's about Hogwarts Mystery and what this game is all about and whether people like it or absolutely hate it. And there's a lot of people out there who just absolutely hate this game. They just don't like it. They don't like the system. They think the graphics are bad, the whole system's, messed up, it's boring, it's slow. All these things have been described about Harry Potter Hogwarts Mysteries. And you know what? They're pretty much true. A lot of them are very true. But let me tell you, I personally like this game. Okay, I'm not gonna come on and tell you guys that I don't like this game. I do. Is it my favorite Harry Potter game? Is it the best game I think Jam City and the Portkey Games company could have made? No, it's not. I think they could have done a better job. But ultimately, there's so many places that could do a better job. And we said the same thing about Pokemon Go when it came out, right? There were so many things that Pokemon Go didn't deliver on. And it's something that they built up and they made better over time. And they're continuing to do. There's things still not great about Pokemon Go that we're still working on. I mean, look at Pokemon Go. When Pokemon Go was released, that game was by no means perfect. There's tons of things people didn't like about it that they did not deliver on that we had hoped they would do, but Niantic never did. Honestly, there's a ton of people out there who either really love the game or absolutely hate it. They hate everything about it. They think the graphics are bad. They think the game was developed poorly. They think that the concept is dumb, or the game moves too slow, or Jam City is just greedy and they want our money. And you know what? I'm stating it right here. I mean, all those things are true. Maybe not the greedy part. I don't think Jam City is greedy. For everyone who thinks Jam City is greedy, I mean, they're a company that has to develop a game and they have to make money in order to build the game in the first place. So they got to make money. So the fact that they want you to pay for energy to continue through the game is what they have to do to make the game in the first place. There would be no game if there was no money. So you have to understand it's a business. So let's just throw that out the window to start off with. They're not greedy. They're just a company that has to make money to make the game in the first place. I mean, J.K. Rowling had to make money to write all the books. I mean, they had to make money on the Harry Potter movies to make all 8. I mean, it's just a fact of life. You have to have money to do things. So this is not about Jam City being greedy or not greedy. And this video ultimately is not about feeding into all the hate towards Hogwarts Mystery. That's not what this is about at all. And in fact, I really disagree with all those people. I think they have great points, and I wouldn't even argue against some of the things they have to say. The game's too slow. Yeah, it's too slow. It would be pretty boring if you just got through the whole game. You got through all 7 years of Hogwarts, and then there was nothing left to play, right? I mean, so there's different reasons why they did these things, and I get why people hate it. I really do. I get why they don't want to play it, and they're disgruntled about it, but you can't please everyone, right? I mean, if everyone loved the game, that'd be pretty strange. I mean, there's very few games out there. I mean, even Pokemon Go. Not everyone loved Pokemon Go. I mean, when Niantic came out with Pokemon Go, there were so many people who didn't like it. There was tons of people, and there's tons of things that Niantic didn't deliver on. I mean, in terms of how they released legendaries, and I mean, now they finally got quests, but I mean, look, we had to wait almost 2 years for quests. I mean, there's tons of things that Niantic didn't deliver on, but ultimately, people had fun playing the game. People enjoyed playing, and ultimately, Niantic was able to listen to the things that the community wanted and deliver it in the game. And so it's a process, and ultimately, look, Hogwarts Mysteries isn't the best game, but I like it. I enjoy playing it. I like going through the Hogwarts storyline that they have, this new storyline where you get to meet new characters and all those things. All that is awesome, and I think you shouldn't lose sight of that because ultimately it's a good game. I mean, there's a lot of hard work went into making it, and where it's not perfect, it's still a good game. I mean, it's still a game we can enjoy, and people who love Harry Potter and who love Hogwarts get to enjoy one more aspect of the story. And isn't that what Harry Potter is all about, right? I mean, it's the people who love Harry Potter just want to continue in the journey and continue in the the wizarding world of Harry Potter, right? So that's ultimately what Jam City and Portkey Games did with this game. They're allowing you to continue in the process and in the storyline and build into the storyline of the wizarding world more so than they have in the past. And ultimately that's the goal with this game, is building upon the Harry Potter storyline and building more into this universe, just like they're doing with Fantastic Beasts. I mean, it's an awesome series, and I'm really excited for the movie. It's going to be awesome. A little side note. I'm really looking forward to that. But ultimately, people who love Harry Potter, that's why they like this game. It's not about the energy system and whether that's a flawed system or not, or whether it's too expensive, or whether the graphics are perfect, or if it should have been a mobile game versus an Xbox game or a PlayStation game. I mean, that's totally besides the point. So for people who really hate this game, I do get the points. I do think it's slow moving, but it would be so boring. I mean, think about it. If you finished all 7 years of Hogwarts in a couple days, the game would be done. I mean, that would be boring. You'd have no more game to play. At least this way, I mean, the one pro of this is it spaces out the game. You can play this game over a period of time, and ultimately that's going to make the game more exciting. I mean, I don't want to finish the game in 2 days. I mean, games that I finish in a couple days, like, it's hard to remember. They're not good games. They're not games I remember. So the fact that you have to wait time, and I know it's annoying and it's slow, and we can debate all day long if they could have developed a new system, because I think they could have. I think there's a lot of things they could have done better in this game, and like I said, there's a lot of people who absolutely hate this game that have good points, and I think there's suggestions on how they could have done this differently. But ultimately, at the end of the day, this is how the game is, and this is what we have to play. But for that being said, there's some saving grace for people who absolutely hate it. And this is something, besides for whether you love it or you hate it, this is something that I think is really important to know. And I think they really messed up. Both Jam City, Portkey Games, and Niantic really messed up on this. I think this is the biggest reason why the launch of Harry Potter Hogwarts Mysteries was such a flop, why it was just so bad. But by the way, guys, on a side note, I mean, the game did reach #1 on the App Store and the Google Play Store in a ton of countries, including the United States and Europe and all over the place. The game was #1. So where there's a lot of people out there who comment how bad it is or whatever, I mean, it's still made #1. Harry Potter fans do like the game and are playing the game. I mean, it's like I said, it may not be the best Harry Potter game ever built, or maybe not even the best they could have done with Hogwarts Mysteries, but people love the game. People are still playing the game, so all the people saying they hate it, I get it. It's good, but I mean, the game is what it is, and at least enjoy if you're a true Harry Potter fan, enjoy the game that we have, and enjoy the storyline at least. If you don't like the game mechanics, at least enjoy the storyline. Because it is an interesting storyline. I'm interested in the storyline. The main reason I think that this game was such a flop is for one major reason, and that is because they did a horrible job promoting this game. They didn't. The expectations of this game were so much different than I think of the game that actually got released. People thought the game was going to be totally different. And the problem with that is, if you looked at when they released, Niantic and Portkey Games said they were going to release Wizards Unite, which is the equivalent of Pokemon Go. And if you don't know, again, go back and watch some of my other videos. I'll talk about this in this video as well. But go watch some of the other videos, because the biggest problem is they didn't tell people what Hogwarts Mystery was and what Wizards Unite was. People downloaded Hogwarts Mystery thinking it was going to be Wizards Unite, was going to be the equivalent of Pokemon Go for Harry Potter. The announcement that they were going to do Wizards Unite, the Pokemon Go equivalent to Harry Potter. And then a few months later, Jam City and Portkey Games said they were going to develop a game called Hogwarts Mysteries. And it was really awesome news, but people who don't follow this as intensively as some of the YouTubers that follow this, or some of the really hardcore gamers that are really looking forward to these games, they don't know. They didn't know what the difference was, because they just heard this Harry Potter game was coming out that was supposed to be like Pokemon Go, and then all of a sudden this game came out and it was Hogwarts Mysteries, and there was no marketing or PR or anything on what the different games were. Niantic just kept their mouth shut and let Hogwarts Mystery be released, and no one, and so many people didn't get it. People's expectations were Hogwarts Mysteries was going to be Wizards Unite, and it just wasn't. And it's not even close. I mean, it's a totally different game. It's a single-player game versus a community game with an AR aspect to it. So, I mean, that is the reason I believe this game was a huge flop. Why it was had such bad comments in the videos and all those things. That's why Niantic totally flopped. What they should have done was continued to talk about what the plans were for Wizards Unite and educate people on the different games and the two different games instead of staying quiet. And I think basically their thought process was that people would get confused, but I think the lack of communication made them more confused. And I mean, any of the Pokemon Go players out there, you know that Niantic isn't necessarily the best with communication. I think that's something that they need to work on. And you see a lot of, particularly the Pokemon Go YouTubers, even the ones that work with Niantic, like Mystic 7 or Trainer Tips or whatever it is, those guys who have communication with Niantic periodically, I mean, they still tell those guys, tell Niantic that they have to have more communication with the community, and ultimately, that's the reason why Hogwarts Mysteries was such a flop. There was just bad communication, and people didn't know the differences, and therefore had unreal expectations of what the game was going to be like. And I think tons of people were just really disappointed and have no idea. I mean, I see so many YouTube comments saying, is this the Pokemon Go version? Or like, there's so much confusion. And ultimately that made people really upset and ultimately made people hate this game. And there's some people who know the differences and still hate the game because of the things I mentioned in the early part of this video. The graphics aren't as great as they are on an Xbox or a PlayStation, or this shouldn't have been a mobile game at all. But ultimately, there's hardly any. I mean, there is Fantastic Beasts. There's a Fantastic Beasts game for mobile. I talked about that in another video too. But for those of you guys who didn't know, but ultimately, this is really the first large Harry Potter mobile game, and they've done games on Xbox and computer. They've done PC games. So there's other games. If you want to play those games, there are those games available. So you can go online and Google what those games are and go ahead and grab them and start playing those games if you don't like Hogwarts Mysteries because it's an iPhone game. But ultimately, one of the largest gaming platform right now is a mobile phone. So many people play on the mobile phone, and that's ultimately why Portkey Games and Jam City want to build a game, because it's profitable because so many people play on it. So ultimately that's why they did a mobile game. So if you're looking for a different experience, I get it. We're going to continue to cover Hogwarts Mysteries here, but for those people who really wanted Wizards Unite and thought Hogwarts Mystery was going to be Wizards Unite, we're going to go into that a ton more. I've been doing a bunch of videos on Hogwarts Mystery because that's what just came out, just was released. It's exciting, new. But I'm going to be doing a ton of videos on Hogwarts or Wizards Unite, and that's really what I'm actually looking forward to. I am excited about Hogwarts Mysteries, and I think it's a good game, but ultimately I want to play Wizards Unite. That's what I'm really excited about. So I'm going to be doing a lot more videos on that, and that's what we're going to cover, and hopefully between my channel and some of the other YouTubers out there covering these games, we'll be able to help really get info out there on what the differences between these two games are, because I think there's a lot of people out there. I know there's a lot of people out there who are very confused. So hopefully this video covers a lot of that, and I understand why people hate it so much. I get it, but there's also a lot of love for this game. So if you scroll through some comments and you see some hate for the game, I get it. I get why, but there's also a lot of love, and ultimately, a real Harry Potter fan is going to enjoy the storyline either way. They're still going to be excited about the new game that's being released. They're still going to be excited about the movies coming out and all that the franchise does, because ultimately it's building up the foundations of Harry Potter, the wizarding world of Harry Potter. So enjoy the game. Even if you don't like the graphics or the energy system, play the game, enjoy the story. Have fun with it. I mean, that's ultimately what it's a game. That's what we're supposed to do, have fun, right? So do that, enjoy the storyline, and let's get excited. Let's start really getting excited about Wizards Unite. Let's get really excited about Wizards Unite, because that's going to be an awesome game. There is so much that I think Niantic's going to be able to do with this, especially from learning from Pokemon Go. Some of the stuff they've done in Pokemon Go, and they're going to be able to translate it into Wizards Unite. I really think that's going to be a great, fun game, and it's really going to be what a lot of people were looking for as a mobile game in Hogwarts Mystery that they didn't get, because ultimately it's a different game. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm really curious about your guys' opinions too. Let me know if you love it or you hate this game. I want to know. Drop some comments. I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions and what your guys' perspective on this whole love it, love Harry Potter Hogwarts Mysteries or absolutely hate Harry Potter Hogwarts Mysteries. And also let me know your excitement about Wizards Unite, because I am stoked about that. I can't wait for that game to come out. And ultimately, that's why I'm doing this YouTube channel. This is why I'm following the franchise the way I have been, because I'm super excited about Wizards Unite. So let me know. Hope you guys are having a good Saturday, and it's Mother's Day. I'm filming this on Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day. I love my mom. Hope you guys have had a great weekend, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.